Greetings, citizens of YouTube, it's Rob Chapman, and here I am in Minnesota in my glorious hotel, and I have to say that Joe Leach from Riff City Guitar in Minnesota has totally outdone himself, because this is a stunning hotel. Probably, to be really honest with you, the nicest hotel I think I can remember staying in. They have such wondrous items as a face bar for your face. This is a sunbeam hair device, which I'm looking forward to using at some point in the future. We have extremely adequate coffee facilities. This is the first time I've ever known a filter device in a hotel. We got some mint tea, as you'll probably see in a video with Joe, microwave, fridge, girlfriend in a separate room, and always travel with a fluffy owl if you want to stay sane. Yeah, it's really nice. So Joe's really looking after us. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Now we're going to go get some massive American breakfast, and then we're going to go to Mall of America, where we intend to spend some money on some clothes and nice things. See you there. I've even got my own little office space. This is me working away on, at about 6 in the morning here, on another video I'm editing, which is part 2 of the pedal board video I shot with Lee, which was one of my favourite videos of all time and space. Yeah, we've got a gym. How amazing is this? A gym in the hotel.
We could
so
eat
that, yeah,
and work out.
we can go to Red Robin's and get like gluten-free veggie burgers, and then we can go to Five Guys and get another one, and then I can stand on this thing, which Rabia first introduced me to, and I can pedal away my pounds, and Nat can do it on that one, which is great. It's just like the beginning of some kind of meme. This hotel's awesome. They've also got a pool, and it's all open 24 hours. I'm so excited. Stack of towels. Hey, I'm back, and we are at Rick's. Now, Rick is Joe's brother, and Rick is an accomplished luthier, very accomplished luthier. Isn't that right, sir?
Well, I'm a luthier.
Why don't you show me around your wonderful abode?
Wow.
Where does it start if you're making an acoustic guitar? Do you make electrics as well, or just acoustic?
I do make electrics as well.
Uh-huh.
Well, my shop is pretty small here, so I have things stuffed in about 5 or 6 different buildings. But it starts with the wood, and I have 2 or 3 buildings again that are full of wood. I'll buy it wherever I can buy it. And the big thing for me is to get it a certain way.
Sure.
Like I want it air dried.
Yeah.
And if I get it air dried down to 6%, that's perfect.
Okay.
And it's getting harder and harder to do that because it takes several months or maybe several years sometimes, and manufacturers they don't want to.
They don't want to bother doing it.
Well, I mean they can't. They can't. Martin used to have acres and acres of stuff stacked up and stickered. Well, I'm sure somebody got in there and went, wait a minute. I can understand this is business.
Yeah.
But for me, it works just the other way. So I like that. And then, gosh, if I knew this, I'd have brought some of my things.
No,
up.
it's fine. I like to surprise luthiers in America with a ridiculously random visit. Let me do a really slow sweep so that people get to sense this room. What was a shame is that they can't smell it, because it smells really nice. It's got that smell of work. Someone sweat blood in here to create beautiful wooden creations.
That's exactly what I would have said about him if you'd asked.
That's a very interesting old amp.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of repair work for local stores, and
yeah, I used to try to build maybe a dozen guitars a year.
so this one you're making.
Yeah. Yep. This is cool. This wood is 50,000 years old.
What?
Yeah, it comes from a peat bog in New Zealand. It's called kauri. The neat thing for me is that their North American distribution center is only about 6 hours from here in Wisconsin.
So how much is that? Is that wood very expensive to purchase?
Surprisingly, it's expensive, but it's not like as expensive as you would think. I've got it stacked away, I guess.
Oh, we need to get some for Chapman.
Okay.
Cowrie.
Okay.
We should do a Riff City Cowrie special.
Okay.
Something. That would be absolutely sick.
Rob, whatever you want.
Can you 5 that?
I can 5 that.
So, what kind of bracing do you use?
X bracing.
Okay.
Yeah, X bracing, and I don't think it has so much to do with exactly the size of the bracing, the strength of the bracing, maybe.
You can tell they're brothers, can't you? Wait, get close together.
Yes, I'm the younger one.
You do actually look similar in the face. I can
We have
see.
the same physique.
I know for sure the big difference is where you put this
Right.
and how open or closed this is.
Sure.
That's huge.
Chooses where the vibrations move to on the body and where they come out from.
Yeah, well, how it makes the top work.
Okay.
Because see, the top doesn't go like this.
Yeah.
The top goes like this,
Yeah.
and so you got like a hinge place here.
Yeah.
And so then, where you put things, how actually in here, how weak or strong you make this particular area to let this work.
Pump it, yeah.
Will change how the top responds.
Yeah. So how many guitars do you build a year?
Well, I always tried to build 12, but the repair work's been just through the ceiling, and so.
And how much they sell for?
About 5,000 on up.
Okay. And how do people get hold of them?
You can look at my my webpage.
And what's your webpage, Mr. Leach?
It's www.richardleachguitars.com.
Awesome. Thank you very much. In fact, the way you said that was so awesome. It was like a movie. You had the voice of someone that would narrate a movie.
Well, there we go.
Never heard that before.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. I like that
There's
a
more
lot.
money in that than guitar fixing too.
You know what? That might be true, but you got a much cooler job. So I turned my camera off, and then Mr. Leach here pulled something out, which was very exciting and very cool. This was a gas heater for a truck, but what you think it is, or is gonna be, is what?
It's a guitar amplifier.
Because that's where the speaker's
it's
gonna
got a
go.
little place for the speaker, and then it'll have a little Class A, one of those 5-watt Class A tube amps, and then I'll put it on a really nice little walnut base.
Yeah.
And the front of it's got a really cool looking kind of tubular front end,
That's great. And it's got like a fin on the back, and
Yeah, there's another little chrome piece. I don't know where that went to, but there's another little chrome piece that fits on here.
yeah.
And so we'll take the chrome off and sandblast it and paint it all. It'll be all nice and smooth and shiny.
What colour are you gonna make it? Do you think?
I don't know. I was thinking red, but
Yeah, I was thinking red.
yeah, so maybe that's what it'll be. I don't know why I
That's
was
sick.
thinking red.
Yeah, I like that. You should call it the rust valve.
There you go.
There you go. We named it the rust valve.
Yeah, there you go.
From Leach
I
Electronics.
suppose I could actually just leave it rusty, but I think I'd like to make it.
It kind of does look really cool rusty, but
It
you know
does.
what might be a really good idea is if we ask YouTube what they think they would prefer.
there you go.
There we
All
go. We'll
right.
get some
All
user
right.
feedback for you.
All
So,
right.
do you want it to stay rusty and kind of look like that, or do you think it should be polished up and red? I think it would look badass, relict and rusty like that, because that's really old, genuine old. We're about to witness some incredible secret technological knowledge that's clever. So this is your fingerboard device.
I have a vacuum pump that puts on there, and you put the vacuum on there, and that sucks this down.
Uh-huh.
Hold it.
So you clearly built this yourself then?
Yeah. And so that fingerboard would be on there, and then just rides along, and to get the radius there, and then you move it back, and then you move it back, and just continue.
That's really
If you
clever.
want to change the radius, which I don't really change the radius, and unless I was probably fixing putting a new fingerboard on an old Fender guitar, which has a pretty 7.5 radius, or if I was gonna do like a Rickenbacker, because they have a really big radius
Yeah.
on them, then I can just move the pivot point here
Oh, I
up or
see.
down, and then that will change.
Sure.
That will change.
Changes the radius because of the way it's angled. So basically, we're going to put a compass in there.
Yeah, is that cool?
That's very, very, very cool. This, by the way, is an old Echo. What do you reckon how old this is?
Oh, 63 it says in here.
Wow.
Or no, 63, 1963.
Classic old. What did you say that was like?
That's like a shifter. That's like a 3 on a tree in a 62 Chevy.
Yeah. Really classic guitar.
So I have some other guitars that are like this too, that are really, it really is not worth that much, but we'll fix it up and make it,
Make it nice.
Make it nice, and somebody will take it and play it. And
Clever recycling pots for screw holding. You love that, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
that's a gold guitar.
Damn. You like that and that? Wait, who's it made by?
Me.
Oh, that's your signature.
Yeah, actually, I bought the body. The big thing was I wanted to make that gold metal flake under the fingerboard.
Yeah. Well, you successfully did that.
So it's every.
This is without a doubt. And now I have played probably guitars in the number of thousands. It's the first time I've ever seen a gold flake fingerboard.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right.
I like your
Yeah, my dad drew that. There's a great story with that. So I told my dad that I was on my guitar tags, I wanted a Rubenesque woman. He was an excellent artist.
yeah.
So okay, he whipped something out, and I used to have it on my business card. And I was working at a retail store, and there was older guy, maybe he was in his 80s, 70s, and with his wife, and we're talking, and he's a nice old fella, and and so then I can't remember if you got a phone number or something. He says, and yeah, so I showed him. I said, well, here's my business card, and I showed it to him, and his wife, I just see her eyes get like, because this gal was on there, her eyes just get huge, and I go, oh, that's okay, it's my mom. She grabs his arm and out the door they go. It's like,
What have you got there, Joe?
I named my one.
So what we've got here is the repair and lutherie to anything that Chapman ever has over here that needs sorting out. That's a very, very, very nice looking Swamp Ash top. I think it should probably be a Richard Leach special. You should probably stain the top in a different colour. Could you do that? Could you
spray it different colors?
I think you should stain that top like a light aqua blue, and that would be really, really popular. I have a feeling anyway. And then it would be kind of a one-off, wouldn't it? Maybe put something else in there. I don't know. That is a really good pickup though. Thank you very, very much for showing us around. And if anybody does want to buy a guitar, then this is the man to contact here in the heart of Minnesota. Kind of the heart, isn't it? We're the heart of Minnesota.
We are.
He said it really good too, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Well, I practiced this a few times. Hey, Lucy. Say goodbye, Lucy. Bye.
Hey, Lucy.